Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. We are making a road trip down to Millersville, hoping that Mother Nature doesn't ruin our interviews with our next two guests here, both from Cocalico grads making the way to Millersville to play girls lacrosse. Natalie, Sukanick, Jasa, Lorah, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, of course. Wanted to catch up with you because Millersville lacrosse is having a great season so far, and you guys are former teammates at Cocalico for some time, and it's got to be pretty cool to be able to play with a former teammate. And you guys, I would assume, have grown up a lot in the Cocalico School District. What's it like to play? You're a bit older. You're a junior, so what's it like to play with a former teammate?
It's definitely pretty cool. Like each year in college, you get new teammates, and you're not really sure of them. But knowing Jasa was coming in, I was really familiar with her, and it just felt great knowing that I knew what she could bring to the table right away.
And Jasa, I don't want to say you followed Natalie here, but you did come after what you're a sophomore. She's a junior. Was it any easier to come to Millersville knowing that a former teammate and somebody that you've probably known most of your life was here?
It was definitely easier knowing Nat was here, and she was helping me acclimate to the team and the campus. And I was very lucky to have someone to kind of guide me through like my first year and my following years.
What is it about Millersville field hockey, lacrosse, I apologize, we're here for field hockey all the time, that made you want to come here?
I always played sports in high school, and it was just, the campus was super close, and I really liked Millersville, and I loved playing lacrosse throughout high school, and I really wanted to pursue that. And Millersville, the campus, the school was a great fit for me, and so it was great that I could bring both worlds, my sports and my academics, here.
We've already talked about it. It's close to home, too. Let's not lie. What about the season that you're having? Probably a pretty good season here for Millersville. I'm not quite sure the history of how Millersville is done, but at one point, you ladies were ranked nationally in the country. That had to feel pretty good. What has the season been like for you, and what are you looking forward to as it winds down here pretty quick?
This season has been different than many others. It's been really intense. We've had strict goals that we've set since the start, and I think that this year we've been like really focusing on trying to reach those goals, and playoffs is one of them. Today we have a big game, and I think it will really set the tone for the rest of the season.
Now, you guys at one point, was it 2021? Where were you in nationally ranked? Do you know?
We were ranked 20th.
Okay. So did the pressure start to build then at that point? It seemed like you guys were on a bit of a run. How did the team handle that?
There definitely did come some pressure with being ranked, but I think it was good pressure. We were all very excited. That was the first time we were ranked in a while, if at all, and so it brought a lot of like good pressure and excitement for a team to look forward to the games we had coming.
And now I think, including this game, you have 2 left in the season, and then you'll find out your playoff fate, which apparently in the PSAC lacrosse, it's really tight. It's hard to get into the playoffs. Everybody in the PSAC is all ranked nationally. So what is Coach saying, and how does, she get you guys motivated for this stretch run?
She does a good job motivating us. We try to build off lots of other games. It's a lot of like learning and trying to get better and focus on what we've done good and some of the things we can improve on, and just building from game to game and using some of our wins as well as some of our losses to kind of focus on the next new opponent and hopefully get the win.
What would you say some of the identity or the strength of this team is? You know, a lot of times in other sports we can identify that people are good at offense or good at defense. What would you say for the lacrosse team?
I'd say our strengths are definitely all the hustle stats. So the ground balls, the draw controls, playing a full 60 minutes. I think that's something we've been striving to do. And the hustle stats are the ones that ultimately can decide a 1 or 2 game goal difference. So I think that's what we do best at.
Okay, both of you ladies will start today, from what I'm being told. Now, you did get to play a lot in high school. How many years did you guys play together in high school? Do you remember?
I think we played, so I was a year older, so we played 3 years together, both basketball and lacrosse. Okay,
well, let's think about the old team then, Cocalico. You guys were pretty good, if I can remember, back when you guys were there. It's been a while, right? Does it feel like that? Did you play the same positions there? Where were you, and do you have any good memories from your years at Cocalico?
Memories, yeah. So we both played defense in college and in high school, so okay. I think that's been kind of an easy transition. And also, like, even playing with Jasa in high school, like, we were both pretty competitive. And, like, both of us on defense, if Jay's making a play on the other side of the field, it kind of gets me hype and makes me want to make a play too. So just, like, playing together on the same field, kind of in the same position, we've, like, made each other better a lot too.
What was something from the high school years that maybe stands out as a Calico Lady Eagle?
Well, I think a lot of our memories come mostly from basketball, just because the team is a lot smaller, so you interact a lot more. I don't know.
Was there a big rival for Calico girls lacrosse that you can remember back when you were there a couple years ago?
You got any?
You got any?
I think we had some good rivalries with Warwick back in our day. I couldn't even tell you the outcome, but I remember playing there my junior year and Natalie's senior year. And I think Warwick was always a team that we always fought hard against and had good competitive games against.
Okay, Warwick Warriors. I can't remember the sections too much, but there's all one big section, I guess,
changed,
right?
Yeah.
All right, we're coming down to the end of the season for these ladies. We've talked a little bit about the past, their childhood in Calico, and now the team here, and I would have to assume the future is pretty bright for Millersville girls lacrosse. Making the postseason, I would have to assume, is probably one of the bigger goals. You know, is that something the team's really kind of looking forward to here and the push? 2 more games.
The team is absolutely looking forward to postseason. We have 2 more games left, which we need to win, and I think everybody is very hopeful that we will win. We've been working extremely hard all season and in the off season, and it would be extremely meaningful to, I know, every one of the girls on the team if we could make it to postseason this year.
Well, let's hope you guys can put it together. It's a tough task, at least in one of these 2 games. Potentially senior year next year, so you've got 1 more year here. So I'm sure time's ticking down here. You'd like to get back to the playoffs. What's the feeling there as an upperclassman on this team?
My freshman year, we made playoffs, and it was the first time we made playoffs since 2001. So kind of having a glimpse of that my first year, I wasn't really sure what it meant or how important it was. And then last year, us not making it, I think all of us really wanted to rally and get back to where we wanted our program to be.
Okay, well, we wish you nothing but the best with that. I know you have a tough test and certainly have had a good season nonetheless. But thanks so much for joining us. I know you guys weren't sure what you were in for. Hopefully had a little bit of fun looking back and as teammates here as you've been able to spend a couple of years together. Thanks again for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, good luck to them. We will step aside and hopefully Mother Nature will not ruin the game for these ladies here. But we'll be back here on Let's Talk.